Chat, I just went through one of the scariest moments of my life. It's 9 degrees out, and I'm driving my M3 back. I just picked it up from SeatX, and I was driving, and because of all the storms, there's literally barely any gas stations open. But luckily, I found this one here on the way home that's open. So we about to get gas in the M3. Also very scared because the car was having some issues with the battery. Since from SeatX he had to jump the car to even get it started. But yeah, it looks pretty dirty right now. So yeah, I was literally freaking out. I was panicking, dude, because I'm like, there's no gas stations open right now. And mind you, like I live in the East Coast, Northeast, and we just had probably one of the craziest storms in a while. We got 18 inches. I was in Texas. For anybody that follows my socials, I was in Texas for the past 2 weeks. So I haven't been with the cars, and during that time, I rear seat delete done on the car over at SeatX, and he's located in Long Island. So I drove the car all the way down to Long Island, and then I dropped it off there, and then he did the rear seat delete while I was going. So I'm gonna give you guys a little sneak peek of it real quick. Today, this car is salty and filthy. I'm gonna give you guys a little sneak peek of it today, and tomorrow when it's light out, I'll definitely show you guys more. So you guys could kind of see it back there. Here, yeah, this is the most light you guys are gonna get. You guys could kind of see it back there. That's the rear seat delete. I didn't mean to fill up all the way, because this is Greenwich, so everything's more expensive in Greenwich. $78 for gas is probably insane. That's the highest I've ever seen gas, ever. This is insane, and the car's not even full yet. So that was my mistake. I'm never doing that again. But we about to get on back home. Oh man, it's cold out. Y'all wish me luck, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Several days later.
What's going on, everybody? We hopping back into this video next day, or not. It's been a couple of days, but we are hopping back into this video. We about to take the M3 to go get it washed, because as you guys can see, that thing is pretty dirty. I haven't washed it. So I got back Texas last week. Car looks insanely dirty. I haven't driven it in a while, so hopefully it starts right back up. But let's get a little cold start. Gonna be completely honest, I thought it would be a bit louder, being that I haven't started up the car in a while, but pretty quiet. Let me just go grab my gloves real quick from my Audi. Get my gloves and grab my work phone so nobody can't ping me while I'm out doing these things. Missing our badge. Oh man, I don't know if somebody stole it or if potentially it just has always been like that. No idea. But we're gonna go hit the self-wash gas station and go get this car washed. So I will catch you guys on the road. So yeah, like I said, I got back from Texas. Let me turn this off before I get copyrighted. I got back from Texas about a couple days ago at this point. Damn, that's that cold deep shit just jerking. But I got back from Texas about 5 days ago. So low-key been fighting a little bit of sickness, coming back from 40-degree weather and going to 1-degree weather. But it's been warming up outside, I'm not gonna lie. So that I'm happy about. It's 30 degrees today, so I was like, hey, let me go bring this car to get it washed and also talk to you guys about it. I feel like I haven't really told you guys about my M3 and sort of what I have done to it and what have you. Let me take this ending chance to really talk to you guys about this car. Everything has been about the RS5. But yeah, this is my 2011 BMW M3. It is a convertible, which I know a lot of people might be like, why would you get a convertible, dude? I don't know why, but ever since I remember I got my my first BMW, second car, it was a 330 Ci. It was a convertible. And something about convertibles is that when you take the top down and you really go at it on the car, you could hear everything compared to a regular coupe or a sedan where you kind of have the windows and the roof to deal with. You could hear everything. So yes, you do lose a little bit of chassis stability and rigidity when it comes to driving the car, but when it comes to just overall driving experience, I feel like that a convertible is it. I mean, you know, I'm not too keen on going fast or whatnot. I just like to have a good time and good cars that I like. And I feel like that there's no better example to get a convertible in than a hardtop, number one. And number two, a V8 that screams up to 9,000 RPMs because I have my car tuned. There's no better package for a hardtop convertible car than this. So that's what kind of led me to getting this car in a convertible. So just a little bit about like cars in general. So I always really enjoyed having two cars. Like I had an Audi, I always had an Audi and a BMW. So at first it was an Audi A3 and a BMW 330 Ci. Next, it was a Audi A7 with the supercharged motor. And then I also had a convertible BMW 335i. That one was manual and it had a big single turbo, 6466 precision turbo. On E, it made crazy power. On 93, it made around like 500 wheel. And a little bit of backstory behind that car is I bought it because I always loved the E9X chassis. My uncle, actually, he was the first person in my family to have an E9X. He had a 328i, a black one. And I really liked how clean it looked. Like every single part of the car felt premium. The leather, etc., like everything felt like they really took their time crafting the car and crafting like how good the quality was with these cars. So that's what kind of led me to purchasing one down the road. I always loved it. The chassis as well. I feel like that it's a very timeless design. Even if you're getting a 328i, like, and also the customization. I love customizing my cars, and I feel like the customization on these cars are really endless. You could change out basically virtually every single body part on this car, interior, exterior wise. Sometimes in this world where so many cars that have virtual gauges, it's nice to be in an analog car or something that is a lot less electrical feeling. So that's all the decisions that have come into mind when buying a convertible. In the summer, this car is beautiful to drive. You take the top down, you hear the V8. I have a full titanium exhaust from Alibaba, and you can hear that thing screaming once you open the valve. So I truly believe that there's no real driver's experience like this car, you know? So back to the premise of the video. I picked my car up from Long Island and I got a rear seat delete done by SeatX. I feel like that it really goes well with this car because you can take the top down and you can see it. So I'm excited to finish out this build and really be able to showcase everything all together. But interior wise, I would say this car is pretty much done. I have to work on the exterior, as you guys can see. I have a brand new, I have a whole bunch of things in store for this car. We really have a lot of plans for making this car look pretty much like the best vert M3 out there. So I'm really excited just to see how this car comes together over the next couple of months. I know you guys might have, everybody on my social media, they're like, oh, like you've been neglecting the M3, dude. But I've been working on some things on the low, you know, like. And also I would say that this car I had to do a lot of things mechanically. It was owned by a guy who used to just use the car on the weekends to go golfing. So it was stock when I first got it, and I could tell that even though it's been maintained a little bit, it could have needed a little bit more love. So I didn't know if the guy did the throttle actuators. The valve cover gaskets were leaking. So those were kind of the first two things that I tackled. I changed out the throttle actuators, got new valve cover gaskets, and while I was in the valve covers, I also did the Vanos system. So on these cars, they have a plastic Vanos cover, which tends to brittle a lot. And I'm not the best with cars, but it could fall in. I believe it's like the crankshaft that it could fall in there and it could mess up things in the engine. So I replaced the Vanos covers with some metal ones, and I also got the rod bearings done. So all together, that was probably about like $5,000 to $10,000 in maintenance I got on this car. I got done on this car since buying it. So I was just trying to make sure that I get everything done mechanically and make sure this car is in good running order before I make it look good. Which, to the contrary, if people know me, they know that I love to mod my car. And sometimes I like to mod it more than I like to maintain it. But I've turned a new leaf. My frontal lobe has developed. So I am trying to do some maintenance before modding my car. There is one blaring issue with this car right now though, and that is that my steering rack is going bad. So the steering racks are supposed to be lifetime items on most cars, but on mine, unfortunately, it did not last a lifetime. So that's gonna be another costly repair. You have to drop the front subframe to be able to get to it. So that's what's next up in terms of repairs for this car. I found one on Rock Auto for around $300, so I'm probably gonna order it soon and give it to my boy Gabe over at Gabe's Garage. That's like the main problem that I have with this car right now is the steering rack. Once I get that fixed, This car will pretty much be sound mechanically. And when I get over to the car wash, I'll probably talk to you guys a little bit more about the mods on this car. But yeah, just a quick chat. This is acceptable for, guys. Don't use this on your paint. Only the wheels. Jesus, cold out there, man. No joke. Alright, guys, we just got the car washed up. This is my 2011 BMW M3. So, a little bit about this car. I had a single turbo 335i at first. You guys heard that story. I ended up picking up this instead. And I think that this is definitely the way to go when it comes to upgrading. I did a half-ass wash just because, I mean, it's gonna get dirty and have salt on it all over again. But it has like about 106,000 miles on it. Got it at around 100K, put about 6,000 miles on it. And here's the interior. As you guys can see, I did Alcantara trim, insides. I did the OEM M Performance steering wheel. So if you guys come inside and see when I start the car, BMW Performance, and you could do like a whole bunch of crazy things with this. So it has like G meter, lap timer, second timer, and you could go in and you could actually like monitor your temps as well. You could go in here in this menu, so you guys can see, there you go. And you can monitor a whole bunch of information like your temps, etc. So you got your oil and coolant temps right here. But yeah, I got a full OEM Alcantara trim. Then we opted for carbon fiber. Don't mind this. We opted for like carbon fiber trim right here. Good contrast with the Alcantara. I did upgrade to an Android head unit. This one's from Amazon. It was around 300 bucks. And then obviously the most important part is the delete, which I'm gonna drop the top so you guys can see how the delete looks. I mean, I really do like to make sure that my interiors are clean, so I made sure that this was in shape before I take on the exterior. We got P2M mats as well. We have like a bunch of little goodies here. Like this is very cool. We got carbon here. This is my girlfriend's right here. I think that the interior here is immaculate, and honestly, like what I did here, it was the most important to me, is making sure the place that I sit every single time I, get in, get out the car, looks pretty much as up to par as I would like it to be. Red Tiger dash cam for dash cam content and videos, and then let me show you guys how the back looks. Full rear seat delete here. As you guys can see, what we did was we opted for the same Fox red that the car comes in. As you can see, it's pretty one-on-one with the sides. So we did a carbon fiber inlay right here. As you guys can see, we did carbon fiber inlay right here as well with the M3 logo. And then we have some carbon inlays here. And then we also have cargo nets. So we could put things in here. I really like this. This is done by SeatX, and I think that it's gonna look really sick in the summer, especially with the car. We are working on a solution to block off this plate right here. As you guys can see, not exactly the best yet. We just have it open. But because he has one for the E92, but the E92 and the E93 are two different complete builds when it comes to back here. So we're gonna work on something to kind of like mask off everything here to the delete. But this is how it looks. I feel like it's gonna look freaking sick in the summer with this drop top summer weather. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Let me go and show you guys under the hood what's going on. As you guys can see, S65 just did the valve cover gaskets and pretty much everything under the bonnet. This thing is in good shape. Moving on to the exterior, we have a full carbon fiber hood. We have these Bay Optics headlights, which are a little bit scuffed up, and as you guys can see, they do have a little bit of condensation as well, so I might swap. Not too sure how long I'm gonna keep them. I might go get some Alibaba BBSs or something, change up the look on the car. These are some side skirts from Midwest Beamer Supply, kind of like a low line kit. I used to have the GT4 front lip for his car, but my boy borrowed it and my boy broke it, but he did send me money for it, guys. So yeah, it's crazy because I literally just washed this car and look at it, it's already dirty. Like, this is the thing about having black cars. It's just like, no matter what, they're gonna find a way to get dirty. Coming around to the back, we have the carbon fiber diffuser. This is also from Midwest Beamer Supply, as well as these like rear canard pieces as well. And yeah, man, that's the M3 right here. So kind of like what we have at home. Actually, let me cut back and let's go home and I'll show you guys the pieces that I do have for the car. because there's a bunch that we have planned. So not gonna lie, I was filming that video on Monday and now it's Friday, so we hopping right back into this. Everything's got super crazy this week with work and whatnot, but yeah, we're just gonna go home and show you guys the parts that I have here for the M3. This is my very tiny garage that I be in right now. So we got it hooked up to a battery charger right now because the battery was bad just from it sitting in New York for a little while. I had to jump it, so I got it sitting on the Naco. I heard that this is pretty much like one of the best battery maintainers that they have, so I have that over there. But yeah, the fun stuff. This is so small. Can't wait to get my own, one day hopefully get like a bigger garage to be able to film and whatnot. Everything's sort of a mess. We have a Eurospec bumper. So the difference between the Eurospec and the regular bumper that I have is, as you guys can see, it gets rid of the headlight washers as well as the side reflectors that it has on the bumper of the car, and it's gonna look a whole lot cleaner. Also, this bumper is really messed up. You see it down here, it's very scraped up. We got license plate holes. Can't wait to get that on. That's one of the first things that we have here for the car. These are my old seats, so those are gonna be there to stay. This car is not good for passengers anyways. And then over here we have a carbon fiber CSL style trunk laid out on a bottle of oil. Probably shouldn't have it here. I should have it somewhere a little bit safer. But yeah, we have a CSL style trunk with the duck bill. I had it, so a little backstory about this part, and also this, which is my carbon fiber fenders that I have for this car as well. They are the GTS style. So they have the vents right here as well as the vents over there, if you guys can kind of see. So those are all the parts that I have for the car, but a little backstory on them. So I used to own a single turbo 335 before this car, and basically the old owner offered to buy it back. So he bought it back for a little bit more than I paid for the car, and all these parts are transferable to that car. Because I had M3, full M3 front end conversion, that's the fenders, I had the hood, and I had the front bumper. So I had all these parts pretty much ready to go on that car, right? It's the same thing as a Vert, but he offered to buy back for a higher price. So I'm like, all right, let me go find like an M3, because the 335 was giving me 335 problems anyway. So I ended up finding this car, and so I ended up keeping these parts. I took the trunk back off, and then the fenders I never installed. The fenders that I got and the trunk that I got. The trunk is from, I believe it's Darwin Pro, and the fenders are from Alibaba. But the fenders, they don't have any pre-drilled holes when it comes to mounting it on the car. So that's why it's not really on yet. So I've been talking to a guy that works at a body shop, and he's gonna try to get me in soon just so I could put this on the car. And then after we put the carbon fiber fenders on, we also have to work on the hood alignment. See some gaps right here. There's not cutouts in this piece, and that's why it's not sitting flush. But I'm gonna bring this to the body shop and get it all figured out. And then after we get all of those things on, we have some wrap for the M3. This is from Aluco Vinyl, and I don't know if I should disclose the color. I'm probably not going to yet. I'll make it in a separate video when we actually start wrapping the car. But yeah, those are pretty much the plans. We have the carbon fiber fenders, carbon fiber trunk, Euro style bumper. As far as the wheels on my car, I low-key might do Alibaba BBSs, the LMs, because not only for content purposes, but that's kind of like the look I was going for. But I think it'll be nice just to take you guys through the Alibaba buying process and just see the quality. I was gonna do that with the RS5 as well, but I ended up getting a sponsor for my wheels, so that's why I ended up going that route instead of the Alibaba style. So yeah, that's pretty much all the plans that I have for the car, and I have a surprise for you guys actually. So I'm gonna split up. I'm gonna drop another video, or I'm gonna start recording another video right after this, because we're gonna be driving this for the day. So this is my boy Dom's M5 comp. He just picked it up from getting wrapped in this beautiful Miami blue, and we're gonna spend a day with it, do a little bit of driving, talk about it a little bit. So that will be my next YouTube video. So you guys stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching the whole video, and make sure to follow for more content. I'll catch you on the next one.